Hi everybody, my name is Mrs. Poindexter, and this is your introduction to the Professional Nursing World Transition Nursing 350 for RN to BSN students. And really the point of this video is to introduce you to the course, but really give you a sense of how to navigate Blackboard, because it is a pretty quick 7-week course and you really need to be able to hit the ground running. So if you are a little rusty when it comes to online courses, I really do hope you're watching this video. So currently I am watching, I'm looking at your course in your view, so I can walk you through some stuff. So this is the home page. Off to the left is going to be your menu, where you should be able to find everything to navigate this course. Start off by the start here. This is university information that is available to undergraduate students everywhere from our writing center, counseling services, our IT department, and also some information here about the Mary Black School of Nursing. Make sure you have the right technical requirements to do this course. But also too, you have to remember, even though you might not be seeing classmates face to face, please read through some of the etiquette guidelines to be respectful to your peers, even if you are physically not seeing them eye to eye. After you've done that, the course documents are really important. Here we have both the syllabus and the assignments by week with due dates. The nice thing about these documents, and I'll highlight some things, but please take a few minutes to look through them. Your syllabus here will have information in regards to faculty that teach this, the course description, which obviously Nursing 350 is a good introduction, not that you are not aware what nursing is, but we're going to touch on some theories of nursing, teaching, learning, the role of the nurse in terms of professional nursing practice, things about cultural sensitivity, and also kind of help you brush up on some of the basics of coming back to being a student in terms of professional writing and APA and plagiarism. So really will help you be prepared whether this is going to be your only degree or if you decide to continue on to get your master's. Here we have our program outcomes that applies to all of our courses, and then we have our course objectives, which we do have 7 of them that we will touch on through our different activities. Here are required recommended textbooks and resources. Please make sure you have the correct ones. The Pearson Writer is definitely going to help those that may struggle with writing, so please make sure that you do get that resource as soon as possible. Methods of instruction can vary. It can vary by instructor to instructor. Evaluation, everything that makes up this course here. Here is the breakdown. You have several assignments and then 2 large projects. One is a written paper, another one is a pamphlet or infographic. You also have reflections, or in some other courses they're known as discussion boards. Understand how grading is. If your final grade, for example, is a 92.49, it will just be a 92. It doesn't round up any further. Code of conduct. And in terms of late assignments, I typically do not accept anything if it's more than 3 days late. Now, I cannot read everybody's minds. If I could, I definitely would not be in this profession. But one thing I always tell students, and I mean this with the deepest sincerity, communication is golden. So if something comes up in your life, if there's a sickness, something, you need to communicate with me if you need an extension. I do not typically take work as the excuse because we're all working. but you really do need to communicate with me. If you know any other RN to BSN students that have had me before, they will tell you that I will work with students, but you need to meet me halfway. Okay. Let's see here. Plagiarism. We will go more into detail about that as we go on. This kind of touches the different modules and the different objectives for those. Okay? But take your time to read those in detail. What I've also created for you is basically assignments by week. You can print this up. It gives you a quick visual of basically what type of workload you might have. Unfortunately, this first week, there is a lot of busy work. I don't know what other way to say it but that. But if you do notice on here, your initial reflection posts are always going to be due by 11:59 on a Friday. Assignments and cross posts to your peers are due on a Tuesday by 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. That little asterisk there basically means unless there's a different due date. There's only a few, just to kind of keep consistent to where people won't miss due dates. And this right here is talking about assignments that is basically in addition to readings, PowerPoints, articles, and videos that may be posted in the actual learning modules on Blackboard. So here it kind of gives you a quick overview. It gives you the weekly guide, the week, the dates, the module number, the assignments, so you can kind of check them off. And just to kind of point out with this first week, just since we're kind of getting started right when class starts and you're just trying to get your bearings, these two activities, I'm allowing an extension to May 22nd for those who may additional time, so you will not be penalized if you need that extra time. But as you go through, it's kind of straightforward. And things that I have highlighted may have a different due date, so just kind of pay attention to those. June 20th is going to be your last date to drop this course with a W. After that date, if you drop it, it will be a withdrawal failure. Okay? And then this basically lets you know that I need to have your grades posted to Self-Service Carolina by July 10th. All right, so let's get to the actual meat of Blackboard, because that's where you will be spending your time. So we have course documents next, faculty information about myself. If you want to know a little bit about me, go to the faculty information. If you do email me, please email my USC Upstate email address and email me from your Upstate account. And again, please check your Upstate email on a daily basis. This will tell you a little bit about myself and my family. I have a couple of awesome kids. I love them to death. Now, the meat of the class that everybody wants to get to. So here you'll see weekly work. You have your weekly guides. And they're broken into learning modules. So you have week 1 all the way down to week 7. Now, one thing I will say, if I do my best to make sure that all the links work, if you happen to find a link that doesn't work, let me know, and I'll make sure to get that rectified. When you go to a week, you click on it. It will give you an overview. As you progress, it will give you a to-do section, and this is primarily in terms of readings, watching certain videos, and then I have basically a weekly assignment folder, and it will kind of take you step by step what you need to do. And here's my little note to you every week is don't wait till the last minute to do quality work. And here we'll kind of go through and show you what you need to do for your assignments. So it kind of takes you step by step, and hopefully you won't overlook anything. Okay? And if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And there's not a whole lot you can do in Blackboard to goof up. So don't be afraid to click on something. So as you go through here with the different assignments, for example, this will go ahead and take you directly to the course quiz. And don't stress out. If you're like, I'm not ready to do it, hit cancel. It'll take you right out of it. Okay? So there's not a lot you can do to break Blackboard, at least not that I'm aware of. All right, so back to the course. So those are your weekly guides. Reflections is basically your discussion boards. Each discussion board outside of basically the introductions in week 1 has a grading rubric. So for example, if we go down to week 2, what you'll want to do here, if you click on grading information, and you see this little icon right here, which unless you knew what it was, you probably wouldn't know. But if you click on that, that is going to be actual grading rubric. I grade everything by a rubric. So my best advice to you to do well in this course, just follow the rubric. Hit all the points in the rubric and you're going to do awesome. If you kind of just make things up and you don't follow a rubric, you're probably not going to do so well. So follow the rubric. So like I said, there's a rubric. It's that little icon. Okay? So that's your reflections, weekly guides, APA resources. You're going to do a lot of writing here. It's recommended for you to have the APA manual. It's awesome to have. I still have the same one I had as an undergraduate. And Pearson Writer is a great resource, but there's also some other ones. The internet is awesome when it comes to APA resources. I will caution you, anytime you use those citation generators, it's a good place to start. Don't rely on them 100%. You have to understand the basic rules of APA format, but just using them kind of blindly, you're going to lose points. This area, the brochure infographic, that's related to one of your assignments, so it'll make more sense as the weeks kind of go along. Miscellaneous, you have my grades, and then tools. One thing I do want to point out, like I said, everything has a rubric. So if you go into your weekly guides, and let me get you into one of the weeks that has an assignment. Let's get to the very end where you have your big paper. If you click on that and you get to the submission portion, and like I said, it's okay to click on stuff, but when you click on that, look here, there is a button for you to click rubric. A new window will pop up. This again is how I'm going to grade you. So bring that up, print yourself a copy, and make sure you hit all the points, and like I said, again, you're going to do well. So everything that is graded here has a rubric. So just don't do an assignment blindly is pretty much my best advice to you. Okay? Everything you turn in, I will always give you feedback and help you along the way. So let's get back to the home page. I really do wish you the best success over the next 7 weeks. And making the decision to go back to school to get your BSN is super awesome. And I look forward to spending 7 weeks of the summer with you. So if you have any questions, you can post them on our discussion board. If you see here real quickly, the first one, you can ask questions that you think maybe other students can learn from. But if you have something a little bit more of a personal nature, or if you're that type of student that's kind of afraid to ask questions in a discussion board, please feel free to email me. But that's it. Look forward to the next 7 weeks and take care. Bye-bye.